So it's hard. I've never looked more like Kim Jong-un, and I've got a deck profile to do after I drink my cider. Oh, refreshing. What's up YouTube and welcome to the TCG Collector. I'm Mike and today I'm going to be doing a budget deck profile, something that you guys have asked for. So I thought I'm going to start doing them. Hopefully I might be able to get one up every 2 weeks or so. I'd ideally like to get up one a week, but I need to work on what cards I have. So today is one that I've been running on Pokemon TCG Go, and its win rate on there is about 1 in 4. No, sorry, 3 and 4. 3 and 4 times I win. But as we all know, there's a lot of kids that play on TCG Online, and they're not very good. Terrible. They are terrible. But this is £30. £30. So if you're playing, this will trouser a deck that's been made from three starter decks. Other than that, though. It's never going to be competitive. Never. I tested this against Webjeter's Tapu Kogo's deck and it got trousered. It got proper done. But there is a silver lining. I wasn't very lucky in flips. Anyway, we'll get onto that now. Right, so here is the deck itself. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 Alolan Grimers in here. Basically, for search your deck for a low and Grimer and put it onto your bench, that's a good attack for no energy whatsoever. Gets you Grimers out when you need them. This is a energy hungry deck though, because obviously I'm running these Alolan Mucks. This whole deck is designed on basically disruption of energy because of the crunch attack, and the Tri-Hazard is quite good in conjunction with Chemical Breath. But, like it's a GX. This deck, to be honest, this deck, when I run it on Pokemon Online, I do have Tapu Lilies and I do have some energy searching cards, but I don't have that access to that in a £30 deck. So, this is going to be $40. So I have 3 of those. Victinis are very important, and I'll show you why later. For the Victory Star ability, I run 4 of these Alolan Vulpix. Sorry, 3 of these Alolan Vulpix. The Raw ability is really good, so I use that attack, no energy whatsoever. If you don't know it, it's your opponent switches their active Pokemon with one of their benched Pokemon. So that can get you out of a bind. And Alolan Ninetales, again, because most people run a GX or EX card nowadays, that's really good. In all honesty, if this was a £50 deck, so $60 deck, I'd replace these with Hoopers, because these are basic and they have the exact same ability and the exact same attack base. Well, obviously slightly different because it's called Super Psybolt, and this one's called Aurora Beam. But don't let that fool you. Both 80 for 3 energy, so that's what I would have done. And then I also wouldn't have needed to fill the deck up with some of those blue water energies. Well, there's the cards there. The monster Pokemon. So for trainers, I've got 1, 2 escape ropes. You know what escape ropes do. If you don't, each player switches their active Pokemon with one of their bench Pokemon. Your opponent switches first, which is key. And this is why I like this card. And it's cheap because they're everywhere. It's literally 15p. And I think it's on a par with Guzma. But I would run Guzma if I had a full power deck. Anyway, Enhancer Hammer, This allows you to discard a special energy just like that. Straight off the bat, you don't need to flip anything. So I run 3 of those. Most people have 4 DCEs in their decks. This can deal with crippling someone quite quickly, especially if they're energy hungry deck. We have 3 crushing hammers. I thought I ever had 4. No, run 3. Because I swapped one for one of these. Yeah, I used to run 2 of those and 4 of these, but I found that this was more useful. This is why I have the Victinis in my deck, because of the Victory Star ability that he has, which once during your turn after you flip any coins of any attack, you may ignore all results of those coins and begin flipping those coins again. You can't use more than one Victory Star ability each turn. Now, when I played the Tapu Koko deck, I literally hit tails every time when I needed a fucking heads. But that was just real bad luck. WebGeeter will back me up here and say, if it wasn't for that genuine terrible luck, this deck wouldn't have held its own. That's a lie. But would have done a lot more damage than it did. It just got obliterated. But again, taking energy away from an opponent is always, in my opinion, a must in a budget deck, because you're not going to be powerful enough. So you have to work on disruption and just pray that it pays off. I've got the Ultra Balls. These are to be used up as tokens, I guess you could call them, to find a Victory Star or, anything like the Lemon Muck, sorry. And I meant Victini, not a Victory Star. But that's why I run 4, because I can use these as tokens as well as actually using the card itself. And likewise, the bodybuilding dumbbells, because everything on here is a stage 1 that I attack with. This goes a long way, and it really does. This is that plus 40 saved my bacon a couple of times in my battle against WebGeeter. Field blowers are so important to get rid of stadium cards. I can't rate these enough. Even on your own Pokemon, to get rid of cards you accidentally played and you wish you could get rid of. Amazing. So I always run 2 of those. I run 2 Sycamores. I barely use Sycamore, and I only use it if I really have to. But yeah. 2 Acerolas, because this is awesome. So you can have your cards next, like your Low and Muck might be next, words. My Low and Muck might be really low on, HP, and it's got a card attached to it I might want to keep. I use this, can bring it back. So I've got a bodybuilding dumbbell still available in my hands. How? Does what it says in the tin, so I can draw 3 cards. 2 wikis. If you've never used her before, each player counts the cards in the hand and shuffle those cards into the deck, then draws that cards. This to me is a better N. I know with N it goes in prize cards, but this is really useful, especially if they're low on cards anyway, and you're quite high of rich. Your hand's quite rich in cards, and you don't have what you need. You can put them all back without having to waste them, and get this exact same amount out. And 2 Cynthias, because this card is OP. Shuffle your hand into your deck, then draw 6 cards. This is the new N. We all know that. When N goes out of rotation, this is definitely going to be at the head of gameplay. So that is the trainers. As you can guess, this card is heavy in energy. I've got 4 water energies just so I can manage to pick some up, so I can attack with this if I have them out, because there's nothing worse than not being able to attack at all. So I've got to run the 4 energies, water energies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 dark energies, because Alolan Mark is a greedy bastard and he needs all those energies. And 4 DCEs. So there is my £30 deck build. And this is £30 on Troll and Toad. So I use that as a dating point. And I might actually set up a Skype. Why can I not speak today? A Skype league. Does that make sense? So we battle each other on, let's say, £40 decks, because I want it to be, no, let's go even really cheaper. £30 decks. You build a deck for £30 and you battle over Skype, and the winner, I'll donate a prize, and the winner will receive a prize. I think that'll be quite cool. But let me know what your thoughts are on that. I want to get some of you who aren't into Pokemon to play a bit more, or just enjoy them. Because I know a lot of you guys are still here from my Yu-Gi-Oh era days. So yeah. Cheers for watching, guys. Remember, don't freak out, geek out.